Hello, Twin Flame Collective. This is a little check-in for ya. My name is Tanya Vargo. If you're interested in a private reading with me, just DM me or email me at tanya@earthangelEverlasting.com. So, as usual, I have the divine masculine's feelings towards the divine feminine, the divine feminine's feelings towards the divine masculine, and the divine masculine's feelings towards the karmic. There, his higher self talking about the situation with the karmic. And then, oops, I stepped up. It's a big spread. Okay, so we have the divine feminine's higher self talking about the future with the divine masculine, and the divine masculine's higher self talking about the future with the divine feminine. Okay, so let's jump into it, and I'm just kind of showing you. I'll be hopping around this thing, reading it, so if I mess up the cards, I'm not like rearranging them. Okay, so this is the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's his feelings towards her, so it's like his deal. Their differences, their similarities, where they are emotionally, where they are in the physical and physically, and where they are mentally. Okay, and then we'll move on. So right now with the oracle cards, he's like, I know I'm running out of time. He's even impatient. I just want to escape. Mind altered. So he might this divine masculine or this collective might partake in medicine, you know. Thank you for showing me what true love is. Unconditional. I miss your warmth and cold shoulder. So I think, you know, he's a little impatient. It's stressing him out. He's probably doing something to escape, you know, how he's really feeling. He appreciates, you know, the unconditional love you showed him, and he hates the cold shoulder he feels he's getting from you right now, divine feminine, and he just misses your warmth and energy. And that's clarified here, right? I mean, he's working right now. He's either overall working hard and paying attention to details, or he's working on how to come back into your life, which, you know, this saying, you know, I know I'm running out of time, you know, that might be what we are talking about here. You know, he could be working on how to come in so that he can be in your space a little bit. The divine feminine, either as a whole, she's surrounded by conflict right now, or in the relationship, she's mentally and externally conflicted by it. But the thing is, she knows she has the upper hand. That's the thing about the Seven of Wands, is like, I have the upper hand in this matter, and possibly in all matters, right? They have some differences and defeat. Like there was an empty victory here. They're still having some differences over it. In their similarities, they see this as a marriage, as a union. This is a twin flame card. There's an 1111 here. If you pay attention, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, you know, this is definitely a representative of twin flames. Emotionally, you know, he sees her as the Queen of Wands. She's very creative. She's very center of attention. She's everybody's best friend. She knows how to get a party going. She's uber creative, and she's ambitious to a fault. Very beautiful, vivacious woman. In the physical and physically, he, just like this, he misses her energy. He wants to be in her space, right? I miss your warmth. The ones are fire signs, and they're passionate, and this is like, you know, kind of like a beginning friendship, your exciting card. But mentally, he's like thinking about this as a partnership. So we have the marriage card in their similarities, and mentally they both see this as a union. You know, they both see themselves as being together. Okay. So the Divine Feminine, it's interesting that she has the Hierophant. She comes out as the Hierophant in her own reading, and then it's in their similarities. This is the same card in his, right? So she sees this union as a divine union. She sees it. My dog walked on these. Okay. She sees this as going the distance, right? She sees this as a marriage. She sees this as a stable relationship. She also could be in a state of learning at this time. But this is a marriage card, right? And it's a twin flame union card. The Divine Masculine is coming in as, you know, I'm looking over the seeds we've planted here. There's no movement at this time, but I'm looking at what we could actually grow. In their differences, they have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like grounding this union, bringing it in, making it real, you know, in the physical. They both, in their similarities, have the Ace of Cups, so they both want a new love. They both want a new love together. Emotionally, they would both like some reciprocity, some equal give and take, you know. And they're both feeling very brokenhearted about this in the physical. And I would say, overall, if you're looking at this as the Divine Feminine, she's heartbroken. She's heartbroken. She's walking around with a little broken heart, right? And she knows she just has to leave the past behind her, you know. So they both want to leave the past behind them and move forward. Which is like, you know, him saying, I know I'm running out of time. Even I'm impatient. I have to get out of I have to go somewhere else to not even think about this, you know. So, his feelings towards the Karmic are, you know, he's thinking about the past. You know, there might possibly, for some of you, this could be an apology. But, you know, he's coming in thinking about the past. The Karmic, she wants an offer. She wants romance and to be swept off her feet, you know. They've had difficulties with him being the man and the provider and, you know, taking care of everybody. They both, or one of them, and I would say it's the masculine, because if you look at the last reading I did, the very last one that was on Friday, it showed that he was going through an awakening. He was communicating that he's going through a spiritual awakening. So Spirit has stepped in on their relationship and is setting some things right? He sees himself, or they both see him as an ambitious man, you know. He usually has businesses. He's a great collaborator. You know, he loves his family. If he's into you, he's all the way in. If he's not, it's questionable, you know, because he's passionate, and, you know, sometimes he can think he's right a lot, you know. In the physical or physically, they both wanted a new love together. So mentally, I think they're both thinking of either how to bring it in for some of you, or all the manipulation that is just going on in the relationship, because we have Spirit stepping in and awakening, right? So it could be they're thinking about all the the past manipulation. So here we have, nobody understands the darkness inside me, inner demons. I want you to take care of my needs, nurture. Now, I'm in this collective too, so it's fascinating that this picture looks like she has tattoos all over her body. And this is the karmic, just FYI. Emptiness, my bed feels empty without you. And it feels like I'm slowly losing you, fading. So, you know, Spirit has stepped in here. We see he's like coming in nostalgic or looking at the past. You know, in past readings, this is shown up as a toxic relationship over and over, and a pretty like sexual based relationship continuously. So here we go. So the future, well, he wanted to come in as the emperor and ground this, right? He wanted to come in as the man and ground this and temper out whatever issues has gone on in the past, right? And he wanted some equal give and take and some reciprocity in this relationship, but it's suspended right now, or he's looking at it from a different angle. You know, they went 1 step forward, 3 steps back on this union, because he's afraid to ground it with the Queen of Pentacles, which is who he thought, you know, who he thought the karmic was. So he wanted to charge forward and balance it all out. But he got some super clarity, you know, some stuff was cut through about it being just a sexual relationship back to back. So we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Ace of Wands. This is, you know, basically mental clarity. And this is a very sexual, you know, if you've looked at past readings that I explained, this can represent the man's body part, right? So, and his excitement. So he had some mental clarity on the fact that this is a sexual relationship. And if you've noticed my readings in the past, whenever I have 2 wands show up in a spread, normally like those kind of spread, but in these ones, in this instance, they're clarifying each other. This is Spirit stepping in, okay? And so we have judgment here, right? That there's an awakening, or Spirit is stepping in. And here we go. We have Spirit stepping in going, oh, no. We're going to get some justice here. The truth is going to come out. Everything's going to be balanced. There's going to be a verdict, okay? Because there is regret here over, you know, being with the karmic, or there's regret about some harsh words or bullshit. That's probably more, because the Queen of Swords is no nonsense and gets to the truth. So I have some regrets over some harsh words spoken probably. And he's working on how to come forward with the Queen of Cups, who is the divine feminine, right? So, but right now it's the offer. He's refusing the offer because he's going to be forced to talk about this toxic relationship and the toxic stuff he did, right? Like, he's going to have to tell her what was going on. And so they will come together. Look, this is like the Two of Cups clarified by the Lovers. So if there's any indication of a twin flame union with the Queen of Cups, we have it here. Okay, so whatever the justice is with the karmic, it's all going to come out okay. You know, it's the Queen of Cups, even if you went this way, is clarified by the Two of Cups. And then so we have the Lovers card. So he's just, you know, he's not facing it. He's not dealing with it right now because there's so much like devilish energy. And he even feels like, oh my God, you know, it was so much. It was just so much that has happened with the divine feminine that I'm gonna have to face. It's gonna be horrible. So I need some rest to recuperate so I can move forward, because right now I feel left out in the cold, which is clarified by the cold shoulder up here. You know, that's how he feels. Like, she's not even dealing with me. So on this relationship, towards the karmic, he was like, I can't get my mind off of you, distracted. I feel your pain more than you know. Empathy, empathetic. I'm filled with fear and doubt and regret. I don't know if I'm as strong as you think I am. So strong. So, you know, we, in the past readings, if we remember, the karmic wanted to go to, I think, see a counselor or see somebody. And so, you know, even she's definitely a sexual distraction to him. You know, that was the last it's been all the readings. And he, you know, he's a divine masculine. He's not an all the way douche. He has empathy and regret. But he doesn't think he's strong enough to work on this one. You know, he doesn't think he has what it takes to work on this one. And not for nothing, he's gone through a spiritual awakening, and spirit has stepped in to deliver justice on this sucker. Like, he just really just might know it's not worth it to keep fighting for it, because he doesn't need the other side. He doesn't need spirit, God, or anybody just to keep whipping up on him and teaching him karmic lessons, you know. So let's see what the divine feminine's higher self is saying here. You know, she's like, divine masculine, you've been mean to me. You've been cold. You've done mean things. You've said mean things. You have not been a soft place to fall. I am so stuck over this relationship, and all the options you have is so overwhelming. I'm even overwhelmed. I don't even know what to do. I'm very scared. I wanted to take this leap of faith with you. I wanted to, you know, a brand new beginning, but you were sneaky, and you were secretive, and you were lying, and you were doing, you know, cheater, pumpkin eater things. We are a twin flame union. I am the divine feminine, and I just wish you would see the truth on that. Like, I wish you would see the truth on our, you know, that this is a real relationship, a real partnership. And, you know, the thing is because she's a divine feminine, she knows justice is going to step in and clear out this, his, devilish and karmic and ego behavior and all this banter. It's just gonna, the BS is gonna get cleared out with a karmic, and she's just kind of waiting for him to choose the relationship, right? She's like, listen, you're gonna choose this divine union, or you're not gonna choose the divine union. You know, at the end of the day, I'm the with or without you queen. You know, like, I'm gonna do this and be an example here on earth, with or without you. I'm gonna put myself together with or without you. So, you know, she's just in this, she's also in the Ten of Swords, like, oh my God, how bad can this get? Just like he is, you know, it's the same card. And she feels left out in the cold, just like him. See, that's this card too. She feels left out in the cold, the Five of Pentacles, just like him, from this happily ever after. Like, she's like, I wanted an happily ever after with you. I wanted the white picket fence, the kids, the life, the whole thing. That's what I saw with you. And so her oracle cards are, I swear it's true and truth. we have grown. Would you say yes? And just like 35 is 8, so if you add 3 plus 5, it's 8. And that's an infinity. And then I've been watching you. So, oh, it says jealousy right here. Okay, so, you know, I swear it's true. So if you looked at her oracle cards in the last reading, they were all about marriage. Like, I wanted to marry you. I knew from the beginning. I knew from the get-go. I knew we were going to be together. Da, 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 da. She's always known that this was going to be the end result. This was going to be the end result. And I think he's needed even some reassurance that that's how she really is and that's what she's thinking. And she's just like, you know, we've grown through this confusion, you know, and so even, you know, she might have been watching him on and off just to kind of see what's going on and where he is, and probably doesn't like it too much. Okay, so let's see what he's saying here. His higher self is saying about her. He's coming in his heart space, the King of Cups. He loves her. He loves her. And he knows he was juggling. And he wants to bring balance to this twin flame union. So we have the Lover's card here and then the Lover's card there. So I'm glad we're hopefully getting on the same page, okay? There were some fights and banter that he's kind of still thinking about the past, like about those fights, right? He does want a passionate new beginning, and he's looking, you know, he feels like even in this relationship, it's the same thing. I've taken 1 step forward, 3 steps back. I'm looking at new ways to come in with this unconditional love with the Queen of Cups. Who is he? The King of Cups. Who is she? The Queen of Cups. Who is she over here? Right here. Whoops, Queen of Cups, right? So Spirit on his side, it was like Spirit has stepped in. He's going to bring balance and justice. There's just regret over the harsh words, and he's working on how to come in with the Queen of Cups. Same thing over here, right? He's trying to see how to bring things in with this Queen of Cups and waiting for his ship to come in so that, you know, he can temper the situation, bring in this new love. But he too is heartbroken here. And because this is you know, where they are together in the Divine Feminine, the Three of Swords. That's this card here. So in the physical and physically, they're just brokenhearted about this what has gone on here. They're just so hurt. You know, he knows he has to make a choice, just like she's saying. Where did she say? Just over here. Same thing. She's like, you know, you gotta, you know, we had banter and there were harsh words. You gotta decide if you want a twin flame union or not, right? You just gotta decide. You come out of your regret that you have with the Queen of Pentacles. And where was the Queen of Pentacles? Up here. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the one where he was like, he wanted this, but he's in suspension about this union with her because he's afraid. He's afraid to move forward with her because he got mental clarity that it was just a sexual relationship. Okay? Truth came out on it. There's a verdict. So here we go. So he knows he has to make a choice. He has regret over the, you know, what he's done with the Queen of Pentacles. Destiny stepped in. Hello. I can't make that. Like, I could never. It would probably take me days to construct this stuff that Spirit puts out. And so he's just sitting here. He's refusing it at this time, you know, and thinking, you know, how to come in as the Knight of Cups and bring romance and an innocent romantic love as the Knight of Cups, and rebirth, death and you know, like death and rebirth, and ground this victory with the divine feminine. Okay, and so his oracle cards here is like, you inspire my mind and fill me with light, creative. Well, that's exactly who she is. That's exactly who the divine feminine is right here. That queen is the creative one. Riddled with guilt and shame, guilty, you know, so we know he had a spiritual awakening and justice was served. So, you know, he probably feels pretty bad about rejecting this relationship in the first place, because he's had plenty of opportunities to come in, without a doubt. My life is dull and unfulfilling. He's so bored. He's so bored, I guess. And she stimulates his mind. So, and then he has lies. I can't seem to do what's right. So he's feeling shame and guilt about the lies he's told, probably to the divine feminine and to everybody else around them, right? Because you can't be with her, the karmic, and not have told, you know, a bunch of lies here as well. So he's living in shame right now. Ultimately, you know, he's in a spiritual awakening, and thank goodness he's waking up to it. And you can see, like, he has guilt, you know, he definitely has empathy. So he's not a complete, like, cold person. He is in his heart space with the divine feminine, and he's trying to figure out how to move forward. So if this makes sense to you and it resonates, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.